Welcome into Steelers Latest, your daily spot for all news and information related to your Pittsburgh Steelers. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content to stay up to date with everything Steelers. But let's get rocking. Calvin Austin has shared some insights on this Malibu trip he had with Aaron Rodgers. All the receivers had with Aaron Rodgers, as it was an open invite Aaron Rodgers gave to every receiver on the Steelers to join him at his Malibu place so they could get some extra reps in and some bonding in off the field. Uh, what did he say? Austin said the mindset Aaron Rodgers is going into this season with is we're going to do this because he knows what the defense is going to be doing out there. Seems hopefully not too arrogant. I like my quarterback to be a little arrogant, but hopefully in his older age, this isn't too arrogant because these comments could come back to rear its ugly head later on, and he'll be looking awful if it goes terrible quick in Pittsburgh. But hopefully, this is a good arrogance, and it is true. Aaron Rodgers does know what's going to be coming. He's seen every defense that's been possible to throw his way. So he knows everything a defense can run, every formation, every scheme. He's seen it already 10, 20 times, 100 times before. So that's always a positive. But in New York, they also were saying the same things. Didn't work out too well. Another thing he did say about Aaron Rodgers is that Rodgers emphasized that he wants them to just play football, but he's gonna let them do that if he trusts them. We know Aaron Rodgers, if you start dropping balls fast, he's gonna cut you out real quick of the equation. He's gonna be like, we're gonna subtract you up out of here, and we're never gonna throw you the ball again. Aaron Rodgers is just that way. If he loses trust in you early, he's never gonna throw the ball your way ever again. So you gotta earn that trust, and it's good to see Rodgers going out his way to build that trust and chemistry with the receivers before training camp, inviting them to his place in Malibu, and hopefully this chemistry does translate to success early in the season, and maybe hopefully a run later on in the season also. Let's move on to the defensive side though. Another free agent addition from this offseason, Brandon Echols. Is there still a role for Brandon Echols after the Ramsey addition? I've been seeing a lot of articles recently talking about the wasted money the Steelers have put into Brandon Echols now after signing him to a 2-year contract, and then you still trade for Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey, of course, significantly better than Brandon Echols, but you did sign him for a 2-year, $6 million contract. I've even seen some articles suggesting possibly cutting him. I just don't see a good enough argument to get rid of him already. I don't understand why people are already speculating so hard on this. I think it's good having depth at the cornerback position. That's relatively a position that you need a lot of depth in. Injuries happen all the time out wide, and sometimes you have 4 wide receiver sets. Sometimes you want to bring in 4 cornerbacks. Sometimes you need 5 cornerbacks if you're running prevent. That's so you need depth at the cornerback position. Also, Darius Slay, he underperforms. You move him back to safety. Echols slides up into that third cornerback role. There's still a role here for him. I think he can still fulfill this contract and give us $6 million worth of production out on the field. I think he's also going to be the perfect guy for when Porter or Ramsey or Slay needs a breather. Mostly Slay. When Slay needs a breather, he's going to be able to sub in all the time. Always going to be fresh. I think the Steelers' cornerback room is significantly better than what it was looking like last year. Let's talk about sleeper, though, a rookie sleeper on this defense. Yaya Black. Uh, I think he might be playing a larger role this season than we might be expecting going into this. He was a fifth round pick, so you don't really expect too much out of your fifth round picks. But this is a big boy in the middle of the defensive line, and the Steelers needed run defense going into the offseason, and the only place we've really addressed it was the draft, and he was the one of the main pieces to address the run defense. Uh, he's a big body in the middle of this defense, and I think he's gonna play an important role on goal line sets, third and short sets. I think he's gonna have a massive role just eventually in rotation, just rotating out people like Cam Hayward. Cam Hayward's getting up there in age. That's just well how that's just the truth. Cam Hayward's up there in age. You move in Black and let him get some more reps later on in the season. He's our slated to be nose tackle behind Keanu Benton right now. He could fight for the starting role there. I think he's going to be great at run defense for us this year. And when the Steelers are going to look to stop the run, he's going to be on the field. And that's going to be a decent amount this season. So we could really see a major impact out of a fifth round draft pick in Yaya Black. He also reportedly from OTAs and mini camps has the strongest first punch on the team, just the strongest sounding. How he hits the pads sounds the strongest. So that's always a positive also. That first punch is key in the NFL. So we'd love to hear that. Yaya Black could be a significant impact player in this upcoming season. And when I say impact player, I mean just he's more of a depth piece that every now and then makes a great play. And I can really see that happening for the rookie Yaya Black. Let's finish up though with Patrick Rooney on the Palm Beach Kennel Club Picks podcast. Some random podcast goes on there and just starts making life a lot harder for his grandfather, Art Rooney II. Uh, Not really helping the Steelers at all with any of his comments, saying it would be absolutely insane to pay TJ Watt anything right now. It's an age problem, basically, to him. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. This is just what are we doing? Why are you doing this, Patrick Rooney? Like, we're in the middle of negotiations. We're trying to settle things down with our star player, and you're just fanning the flames now, aren't you? And then you also referred to recent Steelers additions as head cases. And it's like you're being the head case right now. So you don't have much room to talk because this is awful. Terrible look from Patrick Rooney, just making everything a whole bunch harder with our longtime player, TJ Watt, who we're trying to sign to a new deal, and our new players that we just brought in by saying they're head cases. So that's just terrible to see from someone so close to the owner of the team. But this has been it from Steelers Latest. I've been your host, Cole Dennis, and I will see you next Monday.